Most people think happiness depends on what happens during the day, who texts them how productive they feel. But your emotional trajectory is largely shaped in the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking, before the world touches you, before you check anything, before you react. Why? Because 3 systems activate simultaneously. 1. The cortisol awakening response. 2. Dopamine baseline calibration. 3. Prefrontal cortex re-engagement. If you understand those 3, you don't chase happiness. You engineer it. Let's go deeper. 1. Synchronize your brain clock immediately. When you wake up, your brain is disoriented for a few seconds. It's asking, where are we in time? Light answers that question. Natural morning light hits specialized cells in your retina and signals your brain's master clock. That clock regulates serotonin during the day and melatonin at night. This is not just about sleep, it's about mood stability. Morning light exposure is associated with higher daytime serotonin. Lower risk of depressive symptoms, more consistent energy across the day, advanced move. Within 10 minutes of waking, step outside, no sunglasses, no phone. 5 to 15 minutes is enough. You are anchoring your neurochemistry to reality. A stable circadian rhythm creates a stable emotional rhythm, and stability is the foundation of happiness. 2. Protect your dopamine baseline. Here's where most people sabotage themselves. The first 20 minutes after waking are dopamine sensitive. If your first action is notifications, social media, email, news, you artificially spike dopamine before effort. Your brain learns reward comes before action. The cost: lower baseline dopamine later. And low baseline dopamine feels like low motivation, low pleasure, irritability, emotional flatness. Happiness isn't about constant stimulation. It's about a strong baseline. Advanced rule: no high stimulation input for 20 to 30 minutes. Let dopamine rise naturally through light movement completion. Earn your first spike. Your brain respects what it earns. 3. Regulate cortisol instead of fighting it. Cortisol peaks 30 to 45 minutes after waking. This is normal. It's called the cortisol awakening response. Cortisol gives you alertness, but when combined with rushing, doom scrolling, stress planning, catastrophic thinking, it turns into anxiety fuel. Instead of amplifying it, regulate it. 2 to 3 minutes of slow breathing with longer exhales activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Advanced pattern. Inhale 4 seconds, exhale 6 to 8 seconds, repeat 8 to 10 cycles. Longer exhales signal safety to the brain. You're not suppressing cortisol, you're shaping how your body interprets it. That shift changes your emotional tone for hours. 4. Move before rumination starts. Morning rumination predicts anxiety throughout the day. The brain loves to loop when the body is still. Movement disrupts looping. Even 5 minutes increases endorphins, norepinephrine, BDNF. BDNF supports neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to adapt instead of spiral. Adaptability creates resilience. Resilience creates long-term happiness. You don't need a workout, you need activation. Fast walking, mobility, push-ups, squats. Emotion follows physiology always. 5. Prime identity, not productivity. Most people wake up asking, what do I have to do? Heil's psychology asks, who am I being today? Identity-based intentions activate the prefrontal cortex and increase behavioral alignment. Instead of I need to be productive, say, I am someone who handles pressure calmly. I am someone who protects my energy. I am someone who responds thoughtfully. Your brain wants consistency. When behavior aligns with identity, internal friction drops, and internal friction is one of the biggest drains on happiness. Peace comes from alignment, not achievement. 6. Create one immediate mastery signal. Your brain tracks evidence constantly. Small wins increase. Self-efficacy, dopamine, perceived control. Perceived control is one of the strongest predictors of psychological well-being. Do one intentional action immediately. Make your bed with precision. Drink water before coffee. Write one structured journal page. Complete a 5-minute task fully. You're sending one message: I move myself. Small mastery builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence stabilizes mood. This is behavioral momentum science in action. Happiness is not excitement, it's regulated neurochemistry plus perceived control. Morning is when cortisol peaks. Dopamine recalibrates. Identity is impressionable. Neuroplasticity is active. If you surrender that window, your mood becomes reactive. If you design that window, your mood becomes strategic. Strategic happiness compounds not because life becomes easier, but because your nervous system becomes stronger. You don't need a perfect day, you need a protected first hour. That's not self-help, that's neurobiology.